And we are live. Another Founder Wisdom Pod with Sergei Timshin is with us today. He's co-founder at gless.ai, Gless with an E. Interesting AI company that we're going to talk about. This podcast has been brought to you by podfire.com, which is my company to start, scale, or be invited to a podcast, or even be sponsored at a podcast to get great guests like Sergey, get insights from them, subscribers, grow your community, get leads, and even get clients. So, Sergey, welcome to the pod. Can you tell me a bit more about Gless?
Hey Charles, hey everyone. Yeah, first of all, thank you for having me today. And yeah, I'm glad to share some details about my company. So gless.ai, it's basically it's outsourced AI development company, and we are mostly focusing on NLP technologies, which is part of AI. But we can do just like all the spectrum for AI technology because just like simply impossible, I would say. So if somebody tells you that they are doing like all the AI related technologies, so most likely they are not lying, but just like not telling you everything. And yeah, at Less AI, we are developing NLP solutions. We are automating customer service, and we also develop chatbots and whatever comes to mind when you're thinking about NLP, natural language processing, we can do it. And that's a quick intro for my company.
How did you deal with the Russian tensions as of late?
Did you say Russian tensions?
Yeah, because I believe you were in Moscow at some point. Have you been affected by that, the recent Ukraine-Russian war?
So like fortunately I was not affected because I have lived here in North America for the last 7 years. Just like off topic, I've never supported Russian regime, and I went to some protest like back in 2012, and that's actually one of the reasons why I moved to North America, because I didn't see any prospects for myself in my mother country. And yeah, fortunately, just like quickly answering your question, yeah, I wasn't affected, but I know that some people are affected. For example, like my team, some of them are in Eastern Europe, and one of them is in Yerevan, Armenia right now. And previously he was traveling, and he was, by the way, he also escaped Russia for a political reason, and he was in Georgia. And it was tough because like Georgia, it's not as welcome, it's not as welcome to Russians, and he didn't feel like safe like being Russian. But it's probably not like directly related to the war, because it's just like attitude of people from some countries, so they can just like judge your personality based on your passport, like your origin. But I mean, I can't blame them. So I can blame people because definitely like there are people who suffered like much more from this war. So, and yeah, it's like new reality. So we are ready for this. Sure, it is what it is.
I'm interviewing a bunch of Russian CEOs nowadays and a bunch of China CEOs because I do feel that, dialogue needs to happen to fix that, because sure, I'm not supportive of Putin's action, but I do think that NATO is not helping the situation, closing the gates. And every time you stop communicating, I don't think it's positive. And how much we're lost, because of this war so far, $1 trillion. Like everyone loses in a war except the war racketeering companies that get paid to produce more missiles, which is pretty ridiculous. I want to talk about Gless though, and AI as a service. The thesis being that you can practice your own skills at AI building and potentially even branch out to SaaS once you have a better idea and once you practice your skills. So who are your clients? What do you build for them? And you have this laboratory mindset in which you test out stuff, and that would potentially lead you to have your own AI SaaS.
Yeah, that's a great question. So like one of the reasons why I decided to start this particular company is because that's a natural process of like outsourcing development companies. to grow into like a product company. So first, they're trying to build products for clients, and then they can it's like it basically plants a seed, like what you can really do and what's the best product to start, and then the developing company can grow or just like branch out into something bigger, not bigger, something more particular. And that's actually our plan. And for now, we're just like collecting like all the use cases and trying to figure out what would be the best product to start, like like a whole internal product. So far, just like quick statistics, I see that 90% of the companies and the clients, they want to have customer service automation that I mentioned earlier. So what it means, like e-commerce companies or like healthcare providers, they have a bunch of customers, they have a bunch of like questions. Sometimes when it gets really busy, they have like an influx of like requests, and they need to address it quickly. And what happens, they have call centers and they just like get overwhelmed, and they would like to have something automated. So which means that if you have a chatbot, let's say like you have a chat GPT, but the one that can reply like all the customers, all the customer inquiries, that would be great. And that's what most of the clients are trying to build, especially like with the growth of ChatGPT. People are getting like more and more familiar with this technology, and yeah, they want to have something adjusted, like tailored for their particular company. And I would say it's like 90% of the cases. So another 10% it's also like kind of a chatbot, but for slightly different purposes. So like mid-sized companies and big companies, they really suffer from like tons of information, and sometimes most of the time it's unstructured. So let's say like you have internal knowledge base, and like you have gained this knowledge from a bunch of people, you have a lot of internal products, and somehow you need to navigate through them. And that's where this technology comes to play. So it's good to have also something similar to ChatGPT. You can call it like a chatbot or probably advanced searching system, but the one that can answer questions based on your knowledge base. So in other words, so let's say you have a question like, we just launched this new product and I'm a new employee and I have no idea how this product works. And instead of just like typing in the search bar and trying to find like a particular document, you can just like ask a direct question. And AI will analyze all of their like knowledge base, all of the document that you have, and it will give you an answer like again. So I keep saying ChatGPT, but it's probably like the easiest way to explain it. Yeah, and it will just like give you a response like a ChatGPT, but again based on your knowledge. And that's probably like another 10%. And yeah, so that's where we are right now, and that's my statistics.
So let's say I want to start my own AI chatbot agency. I know this tool, it's called BotPress. It's cool because you can feed it a bunch of data and it can provide like decent answer fairly quickly.
Yep.
How can I make sure that this bot is better? Are you using BotPress yourself? How much do you charge for your services, and what do you provide to the client?
Like BotPress, yeah, we definitely know this technology, so we know the software. It's slightly like high level. So if you want to build something sophisticated, I wouldn't say that BotPress is going to be your number one solution. I would rather stick with Rasa or probably Llama, especially with this new release of Llama 2.0. It's more advanced, and but on the other hand, it's more, let's say, like a lower level solution. So which means that you will have more flexibility, but you also need to have more technical knowledge. So BotPress, you can think of it as of, let's say, Wix or WordPress, and like compared to like Django or Node.js framework, not frameworks, yeah, like Node.js. So if you want to build something sophisticated, you use Rasa or Llama. If you want to stick with just like a simple website, you can choose BotPress. I saw like on Upwork, so like a lot of people would like to have something done on WordPress, and sometimes they don't know why. They just like heard this technology from someone else, and it just like gets popular, and they just, okay, so I want to have something in WordPress. But it depends like case by case. So sometimes it's not enough just to train a model using WordPress.
So
And
how much you charge for a chatbot? Because it's like more on the complex side of things. It's like a unique chatbot for most of the time for a company, right? Not for an individual. Are we talking about like 5K a month? Like what do the prices look like?
if you talk about agencies, just like mature agencies with, I would say, like 50 plus employees, they usually charge like 30 plus grants per month, just like for the development. So you will have like a dedicated team for the couple of machine learning engineers, like one project manager and like backend developer. And usually, yeah, this cost like somewhere around like 30,000 per month. But it depends, right? So like ChatGPT, it wasn't built just like in 1 month, right? So they keep working on it, so they keep improving it. So it's similar to chatbots. So if you want something, again, like something simple, you can just like build it in 2 months, and you can do it like for 10,000 bucks. It's going to be just like a relatively simple solution. So it won't answer all of the questions. So it will be kind of stupid to understand all of the questions, like different like varieties of like different like words. So it won't understand everything. But again, so if you want to improve it, it's basically just like an infinite process. So you can work on it like years, especially like chatbots. There's no just like a clear way to tell like, okay, so this chatbot is just like perfect for me. There's always something to improve. But for like a quick answer, like short answer to your question is like 30,000 per month. So that's what a mature company would charge you. We're a small company, definitely we charge much less. So we can build you something that would cost, I would say, like 50,000 for a chatbot. We can do it like for 10,000, but mostly just like to build our portfolio and just like get a client. So that's our
It's a
rate.
good offer right there.
Yeah.
For anyone listening, you could have your company name GPT for that price. I think that's a steal. Even for individuals, let's say a coach, right? Like he wants his own GPT. Well, pay the 10K or 5K. I charge them a monthly fee also just to maintain the bot, like to improve it because they always have requests. Oh, can you do this? Can you do that? Sure. But yeah, it's going to be minimum 1K per month in maintenance. Love what you're doing, dude. Eager to follow you and just see what you're developing there. Where can people find out more about you?
Sorry, you just like broke up. So can you?
Yeah, your website, gless.ai, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's GLESS.
There you go. And Sergei Timshin on LinkedIn. My name is Charles, host of CEO Wisdom Podcast.com. If you want to start